And on this Wednesday, November 19th, 2025 edition of Newsmakers, fights broke out in the streets of Dearborn, Michigan yesterday after counter-protesters greeted those taking part in what was seen by many as an anti-Muslim rally. Dearborn has a large Muslim community, and a few dozen protesters were marching down Michigan Avenue, claiming Sharia law was being practiced there. Things got heated when Florida Republican Jake Lang, who's running to fill Secretary of State Marco Rubio's old Senate seat, reportedly started marching around carrying the Quran and a package of bacon. A counter-protester stepped in, appearing to punch Lang in the face. The governor of Texas has declared one of the largest U.S. Muslim civil rights and advocacy groups a foreign terrorist organization. Donna Warder reports.
Republican Texas Governor Greg Abbott on Tuesday said he's declaring the Council on American Islamic Relations as a foreign terrorist organization. The group, also known as CARE, is one of the largest Muslim civil rights and advocacy groups in the U.S. Abbott says the proclamation allows Texas to try to shut the group down. He also declared CARE and the Muslim Brotherhood transnational criminal organizations and says they won't be allowed to buy land in Texas. Neither group is designated as a foreign terror organization by the federal government. CARE tells Abbott in a letter that his announcement has no basis in law or fact, says Abbott doesn't have the authority to unilaterally declare any Americans or institutions terror groups, and accuses Abbott of stoking anti-Muslim hysteria. I'm Donna Warder.
Nigeria's president has postponed his trip to this weekend's Group of 20 summit after promising to intensify efforts to rescue 24 schoolgirls who were abducted by gunmen earlier this week in a northwestern region of the country, and also due to a separate church attack last night in which gunmen killed 2 people and abducted an unspecified number of worshipers. No group has claimed responsibility for the attack against worshipers at Christ Apostolic Church in Aruku town in central Nigeria. Police say they responded to gunfire and found one person fatally shot inside the church and another nearby. President Bola Tinubu had been set to leave for South Africa today. A legislative subcommittee will not advance a more restrictive abortion measure for South Carolina. The South Carolina Senate Medical Affairs Subcommittee voted 3-2 against the bill. If it had moved forward and become fully passed, the measure would have banned all abortions unless the woman's life is threatened. It also would have allowed judges to sentence women to prison time for abortions. Texas' new 10 Commandments law has once again been found unconstitutional. A federal judge sided with a group of parents. They had sued a number of school districts. The group has been fighting against the plan to post the Bible verse in classrooms. Judge Orlando Garcia said the, quote, unwelcome religious displays violate the Establishment Clause. This comes on top of a similar ruling in August, which is currently before the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. Ukraine has asked the Vatican to formalize its role facilitating negotiations for the return of Ukrainian children and civilians taken by Russia during the war. President Vladimir Zelensky made the request in a letter to Pope Leo XIV ahead of an audience Friday between the Pope and a delegation of returned Ukrainian children and civilians. The letter asked that Leo formalize the informal arrangement launched by Pope Francis, in which an Italian cardinal served as a personal papal envoy for humanitarian issues. Thousands of Ukrainian children have been officially recorded as deported or forcibly transferred by Russia. And that's Newsmakers for this Wednesday, November 19th, 2025 edition. I'm Keith Black.